Take it easy.
Oh. Baiju wasn't in his shop.
Oh, you're looking for Dr. Baiju. He's resting today, but he said to send any patients to the back room.
Ah, okay. Thanks. We'll head on through.
So many medicines, but no cure, hardly.
Traveler, Paimon, welcome. What can I do for you?
It's the Traveler. She looks absolutely beat these days. She has these huge, dark circles around her eyes, and she keeps spacing out. You have to call her name several times before she snaps out of it.
Very peculiar. In all the time we've been acquainted, this is the first time you've come to me with a health complaint. Come, let me take a look at you.
Okay, Paimon does not like that expression, but...
Complexion is good, eyes are clear, breathing is steady, pulse is strong. Physically, you appear to be in good condition, Traveler. In theory, your energy level should reflect that. You should be feeling right as rain. Hence my concern. A clean bill of health is usually a good thing, but in this case, it likely means your situation is more complicated. Physical illnesses come with detectable symptoms that can be used to diagnose, medicate, and cure the condition. But afflictions of a non-physical nature, they fall outside a doctor's realm of expertise.
Huh? What do you mean?
Curses, dark magic, it's hard to say. It could just as easily be a simple case of mental fatigue. Why don't you rest here for a bit? Whatever it is we're dealing with, clues to your condition are sure to reveal themselves in time. Once we know the root cause, we can administer the right treatment. In the meantime, Changsheng and I will review the relevant literature for afflictions that present with mental fatigue.
Oh, must be a rare condition if not even Baiju and... Well, all we can do just get some rest. For once, you're making Paimon look like a cut! Nope, nothing there. Okay. What? So, in this dream, you were trapped in a weird place with thick fog everywhere, and then a spike came out of nowhere and stabbed you in the back? Oh. Okay, well, that's a new one. Are you... But then again, you woke up right where you went to bed. And you were definitely in a deep sleep this morning. Then, it's decided. Or...
Something is missing.
Did you just say something?
The flesh remains whole, but the soul is incomplete. Left unresolved, the mind will wither away along with it.
Ah! What the... Wait! Paimon Right! The last time we saw you was at the Primordial Sea in Fontaine, right? But then we left and never learned where you went after that. Child's been looking everywhere for you, by the way.
Tell me, what is it that you saw? Tight-lipped, huh? You. I'll take a glass of wine.
Oh. We make this one in-house.
Chef Mao, I'll take a grilled
Coming right up.
At the end of the day, what happens to you is of little consequence to me. I'm not here to try and win you over. Trust me or not, the choice is yours. If you want my help, now's the time to speak up. I was investigating an abyssal disturbance in the area and happened to notice you. Part of your soul is damaged, and the wound bears traces of abyssal corrosion. Need I say more?
Neither of those things... Well, should we trust her? She mentioned an abyssal disturbance. Maybe that has... Yeah. Skirk's an interesting one, that's for sure. But from what Child's...
1, 2, 7, 10. That'll do. Well, have you made up your mind?
So, that's all we know, Miss Skirk. Ma'am?
So, you can disperse the fog. I understand. Come find me in the Guili Plains when you're done here. Oh, and I left cash for the drink on the table. Settle the bill for me, will you?
Oh, okay. Huh? She disappeared!
Wait, hold on. You overpaid.
Oh, no. This includes the drink, so...
I didn't think you two ordered it.
We didn't. It was that lady who came...
You sure? I could have...
What?
What'd you put in their dish, Chef Mao? Some kind of hallucinogenic mushroom?
Seeing things? Wait, so neither of you noticed her? Young lady? About this tall? Wearing a purple dress?
Oh, now you mention it, that vaguely rings a bell. And it looks like I did open the wine jar, so... it must have just... Coming!
Okay, what was going on there? It's like that even Paimon was half convinced we hallucinated the whole thing. Oh, this whole... Whoa, what are all these rift hounds doing here? Huh, looks like they're collecting something. Oh, let's...
Right here, right now. Gotcha. Game's up. Fun's over. Let me brave names echo!
they were... Yeah... What?
From the moment they are born, all beings with great power have an impact on this world. Even if their body is sundered and their soul extinguished, their influence remains. Gods are the most common example of that. The remnants of gods who fell thousands of years ago remain buried deep within the earth, carrying within them a warped will and a dark curse. Together, these remnants form what you call god remains, and it appears that some of those sealed here were dug up and removed. There are traces left, but they're fading fast. What are you doing?
Nothing! Just wanted to make sure you were... real? She's definitely not a ghost traveler. Paimon poked her, and she's solid.
Your life hangs in the balance, and that's what you're fixated on? It was just a trick to avoid being perceived. If someone notices me, those memories are erased. Simple as that. Unlike you, I have no desire to establish a connection with the world. The weak and the lowly have no right to remember me. They're lucky they only have a few missing memories to show for it. Now, can we please...
Okay. Right. The god remains, in our experience.
Maybe it's a good thing by human standards, but power doesn't come from nothing, and it doesn't just disappear for no reason. The remains aren't just gone. They were taken. Very clever, traveler. You aren't the only one who had something taken from you. There are victims like you everywhere. The only difference being, you can speak, and the remains cannot. So it went unnoticed. Something similar happened in Sumeru. Within the span of one night, countless consecrated beasts. Of course, god remains are just one of the targets. The culprit is chipping away at sources of power all over this world.
Wait, you mean...
Mm-hmm. 42 of them have died out in the past few months alone. In Conria, people believed that powerful individuals have corresponding Stella Fortuna. Even should that individual fall, their Stella Fortuna would not disappear, but gradually evolve into a new constellation. Yet now, stars are disappearing from the skies entirely, and it's not hard to deduce what's happening. Something has been leeching power from this world, like a parasite steals nutrients from a host. This time, it only took a fragment of your soul. But next time, there's no telling how far it could go. No one knows. All I know for certain is this. Getting back what you lost will not be easy. Considering how much power this entity has stolen, it must be a god-level being by now at least. But that's... We're going to help each other. You are my ticket to uncovering this thing's true identity.
Well, great! You seem super strong and you know a lot about the Abyss, so...
Don't get all mushy on me. All I'm doing is helping you get back to normal after a sudden crisis. And I should warn you, getting mixed up with me can have unforeseen consequences. We're on very different journeys. You don't want to be in my debt, trust me. You help me uncover the truth behind this entity, and I'll help you recover what you lost. This is a transaction, that's all. You would do well to remember that. Now, come along.
Yeesh! You'd think she'd be a little... well, whatever. Ah! Paimon's got it. Anyway, the important... Whoa! This place is...
This is where I live. I suppose it's the closest thing I have to a home here. It is. I brought you here because time flows differently in this place. I don't know how much Ajax has told you, but when he fell into this space, I mentored him for 3 months. In that time, only 3 days passed in the outside world.
Ajax? Oh, right! So, a month here is equivalent to 1 day in the outside world?
Yes, well, I didn't bring you here just to show you around. In the outside world, the Traveler could be attacked at any moment. But coming here has bought us quite a bit of time. Now, we just need to figure out how to investigate that place you saw. Both your description and the abyssal disturbance I felt point to that space having some connection to the abyss. The thief who stole that fragment of your soul is hiding there. But the abyss is a chaotic and turbulent place. If we want to pinpoint their location, we need to see what that space looks like without the fog. Abyssal power can grant a special form of sight. Have you ever wielded abyssal power before? Okay. Do you plan to learn? That tracks. All the information you have suggests the Abyss is something sinister, and that abyssal power is a wild and dangerous force that always spells disaster.
And you're saying that's not true?
Depends on your perspective. Floods and hurricanes take countless lives too. But if one day you gain the power to control them, what was once a calamity is now just another tool in your arsenal. I'll respect your opinion, though. Just means we have to turn to the second best option. A little abyss crystal that contains my power. Wear it on your head, and we'll be able to perform dream mirroring when we fall asleep.
Dream mirroring?
It means experiencing whatever the other person is dreaming. Since you haven't studied the art of using abyssal power, with dream mirroring, every time you slip into a deep sleep, I'll see with my own eyes what—
Huh. You make it sound so simple.
Tough to say. To play it safe, I need to give you some special training first.
Wait! You're gonna teach her some of your martial— Does that mean the next time we—
Do as you want. For my part, you're already a pretty good fighter. But that's enough talk. If you're ready to do this, then come with me. Time might be more lenient.
Oh, she moves fast. So, the last time something like this happened was probably— Skirk seems pretty—
Ready? Your training will be split into 3 stages. We'll start with blade work. You're no rookie in this area. During your long journey, you've no doubt sparred with a lot of talented sword fighters. Consciously or not.
You bet! There's Kaya, Master Jean, Kuching. Oh, and Kazuha. You sparred with a bunch of—
Don't get too smug. In sword fighting, techniques to use the human body as an analogy. Your style is your skeleton. The foundation, the framework. Improving your sword fighting is like growing that body. You need to do some introspection. Only then will you get the full utility out of all—
Wait, Paimon thought you were gonna teach her some—
One day, you'll reach a new level of power. There are no shortcuts. That's all I have to— Now focus. Destroy the crystal columns as swiftly as you can.
This is making Paimon's head spin. Hang in there, traveler!
Stay calm. Use your head. You have to keep it together.
This moment will be frozen in time.
Cut to the chase.
Consider a moment of true mastery that you've witnessed in another person, and now take that and practice it right away with speed, skill, and strength.
Step on up. Dance with the waves.
If you start to tire, empty your mind, but do not stop. Stay in that frame of mind as you keep up the fight. Get rid of all redundant movements. Imagine your sword is an extension of your own body. Wield it just as you wield.
'Twas on a deserted, moonlit night that the hero approached the vile dragon's limpid lair. Rain Cutter! Feathers fleeting wet, the white heron treads water. A sight without flaw. Master of Inazuma Kamisato art Tachijutsu.
Huh. Looks like you've made some real progress.
Awesome! Paimon knew you could do it!
How do you feel? As you should be. Time flies when you're training hard. You've actually been going for several days now with no rest.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Paimon's had a whole bunch of
Go get some sleep. Sometimes,
Skirk, why are you skipping classes again? We've talked about this.
'Cause he's a crabby old man, and he's a boring old man.
Excuse me. You shouldn't talk about your teacher like that.
All right, let's not get into a big fight about this. But I'd still love to hear about what you got up to yesterday.
I went diving, and I saw this huge fish. Oh, and today, when it's time to eat, I'll come back on my own, Zilly.
Wait! Put on a coat at least. You'll catch a cold. You spoil that child, you know.
Ah, let the kid do what makes her happy. Besides, we both know you're all bark and no bite. Come on.
The stars shimmer hot mountains as far as the... Can't be the... but...
Don't let a single one of them get away!
No, please, spare
Why?
the children! Stay back!
They're coming!
Run! Help!
Eliminate the threat.
Take them down.
Don't be scared. Ah!
This way!
We'll never make it!
Where?
I told you we shouldn't have trusted these outsiders!
Why are you doing this? We welcomed you with our finest food and drink.
Run! Save yourselves!
Captain, Zone 3 is clear and we have...
Begin extermination.
Rest assured, sir.
Good. The only ones who put up a real fight are...
We shot the man in the ankles and the wife broke her wrist to prevent them from making some kind of last stand. We're planning to clear out the...
Well, well. Let them cling to what's left of...
Dad? Mom? Skirk, you're all right?
I'm so happy to see you, sweet girl.
What happened?
This is the place.
Run, Skirk! Your dad and I, we're not afraid to stare death in the face. My clever girl, so curious. You're already so...
Whenever you remember, break down the... You! Stop singing! Shut it!
Oh, you're awake? I found a few clues while you were asleep, but it's only a start. Now, this time, the focus is elemental energy. Come find me when you're ready to begin.
Man, staying in the abyss feels so surreal. No day and no night. It's like time hard. Well, except for the fact that
The way I see it, the pursuit of power is divided into 3 stages. The first is mastering the use of standard weapons. Next is learning how to harness natural energy. And after that, you're free to challenge even higher dimensions. The natural energy of Teyvat is, of course, elemental energy. But that's not my area of expertise. I draw from a different source of power. Abyssal power, yes. Also known as the power of the Void Realm. My master, Sertologi, is a true expert in that area. After all, he was one of the group of 5 that infamously stole the all-encompassing power of the Abyss. An act for which the people of Conria gave them the epithet, the 5 Sinners. The elemental energy of Teyvat, on the other hand, is derived from the power of the Light Realm. These 2 forms of energy exist in direct opposition to each other. Suffice to say, There's not much I can teach you this time. A keen observation, traveler. Call it respecting local norms. The Abyss stands in direct conflict with the will of this world. So, to make my life easier, I disguise my power to make it appear cryo-like in nature. It's a technique I learned from some Conrian ruins, known as the Seven Shifting Serpent. If you ever change your mind about delving into abyssal power, I can teach it to you. So I've heard. You seem to have a knack for removing abyssal power. But is purification really what's going on there? Just thinking out loud. True growth comes from adversity, so it's time to push yourself to the limit. Use the power of Animo to clear the field as fast as you can.
Windblade! Prepare to be blown away! Windblade! Windblade!
Observe your surroundings. Look for things you can use to tilt the scales of success in your favor.
Windblade! Windblade!
Use the power of Hydro to destroy the spikes. Faster. Don't give them a chance to strike you. You need to be quicker than you were in your dream. You can't afford another injury like that.
Water jet! Go!
You need to understand what makes you special. The ability to wield elemental energy without a vision and switch between the elements at will. It means your aspirations need no approval from the gods. Your power is not bound by the rules of this world. So be bold. Do not be afraid to chart your own path. Very good. It seems you've reached a deeper level of connection with the elements. Long enough for you to lose yourself in your training. Which is a good sign. Relentless practice with the elements has drained all your strength. But it's also what allowed you to get some rest. When you wake up,
What is the secret to power? Longing. Hatred. The fear of losing those you love. Fear is that fear is now part of you. Any minute spent missing home is a minute wasted. Practice your sword work and...
But, Master, I can barely lift the sword anymore.
So it has not broken yet. Then pick up your sword and keep practicing until it breaks. After all... Good Skirk. Once again, you survived.
Cold.
These are signs that you are adapting to the abyss. Each time the flesh is torn and the spirit crushed, I now understand why these people sought to destroy your homeland. Your potential goes beyond even what I could have anticipated. But you still have much to learn in your pursuit of strength. Your mind is rife with distractions. You must learn to shut out all the pointless emotion, crush the self that makes you weak, and become master over your physical form. Get up, Skirk. Wipe the blood off your face. Cut away the rotten parts of your flesh, and mend what is broken. Then take up your sword.
Hopefully you got some good rest. Skirk said to tell you that she's ready to start the fight, so what the
From your training so far, you have gained better command of the sword, and more control over your elemental abilities. That's only part of it. Experience is the real teacher. Your journey, the friends you have made, the dangers you have faced. Now, it's time to focus on how you react under pressure. Ready? Not bad. That defensive stance looks near unbreakable, just like your brother. Oh, that reminds me.
Hey, no fair!
You think every opponent has the same moral code as you? You can denounce their deplorable method. Strong emotions will always arise in combat. How amusing. But you don't. Let's begin. This is your final training session. Look alive. Same drill as before, but this time I'm going to interfere. Hold your focus. Not bad. Better than I expected. You're getting the hang of it. The first step to controlling your emotions is controlling your...
Your mind is rife with distractions. From now on, you must learn to shut out all the pointless emotion. Crush the self that makes you...
Stop. Let's pause here. One look, and I can tell your mind. That's to be expected. Get some rest. No point training further if you're already dead. You managed to push past your limits, which is a good start. Warriors will train day and one mistake.
Skirk is amazing.
Oh, she got hurt though, didn't she?
Yeah, well, that's a given. But the moment she was on the mend, I heard Master suffered a grave injury once too. Lost an arm and a leg and still came back stronger than ever.
Incredible. I wonder...
Pathetic. You're not even trying. You're so much weaker than you think.
Skirk, have you become a positive light in this world?
Do you even remember how many of us perished in that fire?
Keep your gaze fixed on your blade. You don't
I have so many questions. I just want to jump in a spaceship, explore...
Now, you must bid farewell to who you were in the past, and be—
Run! Skirk!
Let's see here. First things first, you need a new identity. Going around telling people you're from somewhere beyond the stars won't do, now will it? How about saying you hail from beneath the earth instead? As the Conrian saying goes, venturing out into the universe and down into the abyss are the same in that both are braving the dark unknown.
Well, I'm a visitor on this planet, so I'll follow the rules.
Ah, splendid. That saves me quite a bit of trouble. Let me offer you a piece of advice in return, although it might not be what you want to hear. I know the pursuit of strength is important to you, but taking a moment for yourself every once in a while is never a bad idea. Ignore her existence for too long, and there will come a day when you can no longer hear her voice.
You're be starving, right? Ta-da! A bar... Of course you are! That's why Skirk and Paimon got this all ready for you. Dig in! Before it gets... Ah, well, if you're around someone long enough, it's bound to happen. Plus, Skirk can cook. So, Paimon decided she can forgive the whole Ice Queen thing.
Here's an idea. Let's save the chit-chat.
Okay. It's Paimon's...
I have good news. First, your training is complete. You have what it takes to wield immense power. Second, I've located the culprit we've been searching for. Next, you just need to retrieve the missing part of your soul. When Ajax trained with me, he once told me he was bursting with questions. You and I may never meet again, traveler. Okay, not the angle I was expecting. I knew that was a possible side effect. Closed off my mind to you for that exact reason. Even with the dream mirroring, you should have seen nothing but endless darkness. Whatever. Must have been a flaw in my execution. I shouldn't be too surprised. Since you've seen what you've seen, there's no reason to hide the truth. No, I'm not from Teyvat. I'm from a different planet. And there was a time when I journeyed through the stars. A lot like you in some ways. No, we're different in that respect. You're influencing the fate of this world. But me, I'm just passing through. Several hundred years ago, my master, Sertologi, opened the border between worlds and sent me here. But this is not my home. And one day, I'll return to the vast unknown of space. To become stronger. For certain reasons, I need to bridge the power gap between me and my master as quickly as possible. But first, I need to understand the source of his strength. To do that, I need to follow in his footsteps. Walk the path he once walked. Okay.
You make it sound so easy. Ever since the incident I experienced there, I've never stopped searching for Master Skirk, but it's been years now.
Well, you're... Ajax. His situation is different than yours. Before you ever crossed paths with me, you'd already encountered many formidable people, studied their techniques, and developed your own skill set. So, during your training, all I had to do was build upon that foundation. But Ajax was so young when he came to me. A complete blank canvas. Children can't help but imitate their role models. In the long run, that would only hinder his growth. Once Ajax has enough strength in his own right, I will allow us to meet again. Until then, let that motivate him to reach his full potential. Unlike you, I have no desire to establish a connection with the world. Wake up your companion. It's time to go. Oh, and everything I just told you.
Time to go. Oh, finally. Where are we headed?
Just follow me. I'll open an abyssal rift close to the culprit's location. It will take us to where he's hiding. Take it easy. Yes. If we enter from here, we'll be able to reach that place from your dream. You have some experience with abyssal domains by now, but still, this is someone else's territory.
Don't worry, Paimon's an expert. Oh, but, that means you need to—
All right. Remember your training. What are you two doing here? Dusty, like an abandoned house. Let's press on. Mine to wield.
Looks like this is a dead end. Did we make it to his hiding place? Ugh, this fog is making it impossible to see anything.
This should be the place where you were attacked, Traveler. The missing part of your soul should be nearby. Our opponent must have covered his tracks just in case.
Hold on! Look! The spikes are—
Stay calm. Let's hold back a little. Give our enemy some— Our enemy took part of your soul for— From the start, the attacks have been focused on me. Trying to break through my defenses? I see. There. I got it back.
Traveler! Skirk! What happened? It looked like Skirk just got...
In the Gwali Plains, you asked me why this enemy chose you as his target. Now, the answer is clear. It's not just the fact that your strength is impressive. It's also because of your ability to, as you... whatever that actually means. The fact is, that ability allowed him to do something that should have been completely impossible. Namely, break through my defenses and steal my power. No, he couldn't have known I'd come to his domain. He only stole your soul fragment because he knew the value of its power. Call it fate, if you want. I believe that's the term they use in this world for... In any case, it works to our advantage. Once I realized what he was using that power for, it gave me the chance to get back what you lost. I'll cope. Well, done gorging. How did you get the power of the all-devouring narwhal?
The all-devouring narwhal? Oh, of course!
I highly doubt you acquired that power through your own strength. You're desperate enough, which leaves one possibility. You know my master.
The foul. Who dares call him foul?
What's wrong? Bit off more power than you can chew? You're struggling to hold a basic conversation.
Just a little.
Look, it's bad!
Those obsessed with power will let it devour them before abandoning their... Keep calm and use reason. Wise decision. Final victory doesn't always come after you've got your soul frack. Get us out of here, Traveler. You'll need to lead the way.
Skirk, is your shoulder gonna be okay?
The wound is minor. It'll heal in no time. You should focus on getting out of here alive instead.
Uh-oh! Falling spikes! Run! Watch out! Looks like this place is about to collapse! So, this guy's power has something to do with the all-devouring narwhal. Did you know that all along, Skirk?
I had my suspicions. That's why I decided to investigate in the first place. But...
Phew. Oh,
I no longer sense his presence. Weaklings like him will find that my power is not so easily controlled. He won't be leaving that place until he's managed to digest it. You seem surprised. I suppose that's fair. You've seen but a fraction of what that whale is capable of. That gaping maw could swallow a planet whole. It's called the all-devouring narwhal for a reason. Devouring is what it does best. It can extract power from anything, dead or alive, as long as it manages to make physical contact.
Yeah. When we had our run-in with that thing, Neuvillette mentioned that it has an instinct to devour.
Your dragon friend recognized the nature of its abilities and used the power of Hydro to protect you. That worked because it was in a satiated state, so it was somewhat less aggressive than usual. It's a different story when it has no more power to feed off of. That's when its true voracious nature kicks in. It could devour everything on the planet in that state, which is why I cast it into that void space. But I hadn't counted on there being anyone left on this planet capable of wielding its power. To me, that says he must have encountered the whale a long time ago. Meaning, he must have known my master. Exactly. It told me everything I needed to know. Hence why I said we both got what we came for. And I believe that brings our transaction to an end. Now that you're whole again, you can get back to your own journey.
No way! We can't leave now! Something was stolen from you because of us!
This isn't my first taste of failure or losing power. When you fall...
But what if that monster... Plus, how are you gonna get home? It's not like you can just go swoosh and open a door to the abyss again. So, sticking with us for the time being doesn't sound so bad, does it?
Fair enough. Then take this. A bag of Mora. Nothing in this world is free. I know that much. I'll leave the planning to you. Hurry up and decide where to go. We shouldn't linger.
We should take Skirk somewhere she can rest. But where? Paimon gets the feeling Skirk wouldn't like being around a lot of people. Oh wait! Baizhu said we could rest in the back room of the pharmacy, didn't he? Let's head there!
He'll know something about Master. I'm sure of it. Fine. It'll take time to recover my strength, of course. Found somewhere to rest.
This bag from Skirk has a ton of more. Does she have a job or something? Wait, no. After what we saw at Wamin Restaurant, that seems impossible. Can you imagine? I'll be collecting my paycheck now. Oh, sure. Can't hold a job if you make everyone forget about you. So, what did she do to get all this Mora?
Claimed some buried treasure, took care of a few monsters that were causing trouble. Nothing untoward. It's safe to use.
You heard all that?
A sonorous voice like yours is hard to miss. I wouldn't be surprised if the sound of it traveled to the nearest mountaintop.
Then, did you by chance happen to hear?
You mean when you called me Frosty the Lavender Melon?
No, sorry. Paimon totally misspoke just now. Okay, fine. The truth is, Paimon didn't like you all that much at the start, but things are different now.
I noticed there was only one bed. Go ahead.
Wait, what about—
I don't get tired, and I don't need rest. I'm going to practice my sword work.
But your shoulder— Hey, don't just lay! Whatever. Let her tire herself out. Let's get some sleep, Traveler.
Quiet.
Do you even remember how many of us perished in that fire? How many bodies were left to rot on the scorched earth? Yet you alone live on.
Keep your gaze fixed on your blade. You don't deserve to rest.
Run, Skirk. Run! Only death awaits us here. Keep running.
Getting an early night's sleep is the best. Wait, Skirk? Have you...
About 60%.
Whoa! Paimon thought it would...
No, not fast enough. That's 20% less than last time. Same training regimen, same intensity. Nothing felt different. No, I need to meditate for the next 2 days.
Ooh, sounds intense.
Thanks.
Skirk is still meditating, huh? It's been 2 days already. Shouldn't she be awake by now? Paimon can't think of anything we can do to help. Be right back.
That's right. This is Skirk's inner world. Think of it as the threshold. This isn't your first time here, but what you remember is probably a space covered in darkness. I only managed to illuminate a small portion. Actually, I only managed to break free and bring you here because the injury weakened her power. I guess that's why I can call it fate. Now, before I take you to her, I gotta ask. You're the first outside visitor to ever come here. So, what's your impression of this? Oh, you noticed. This river represents Skirk's strength. Strength accumulates over time. It is the summation of a person's lived experience. So, this river is where all the fragments of Skirk's life should converge into a single stream of memories and emotions, flowing forward as one. But, as you can see, this river has been severed numerous, and all she sees reflected in the river is a disgraceful shadow of who she was. She cuts through water and rock with the sword of...
You must learn to shut out all the...
This isn't my first taste of failure.
The answer to one mystery, but let's follow the river. I've always thought that, even when falling leaves don't come from the same tree, like meteors, you both made a journey through the stars. Both travelers who have landed on a planet that is not your home. Yet, when she first noticed your presence, seems like you've answered your own question. Skirk sees herself as a trespasser in this world. She's made a conscious choice to avoid altering its path. But the reason for that decision stems from events much... Let's keep going. It's still a long way to the source of the river.
now have what it takes to wield immense power. No one can become a worthy warrior through imitation alone. I have given you fangs and claws.
You wish me to travel the world beyond on my own?
Indeed. Make new friends. Embark on your own journey. And piece together a new future from the shattered remnants of your past. We will still have contact through the Abyss. But know this. One day, I will take the life you worked so hard to rebuild and reduce it to ashes. Just like the fire that haunts your mind.
Why?
I have told you before. Fear is the catalyst for human evolution. You have tasted loss. You have known fear. But as living beings, we all have an instinct to detach from that which harms us. And thus pain. Yet now, I have bestowed upon you the gift of fear eternal. It will drown you in the nightmare of your childhood. Or it shall drive you to defeat me, whatever the cost.
That is what Skirk's master, the foul Sertologi, looked like at one point in time. Of course, as a higher being, physical form is a triviality to him. He could appear as a beast, a human, or even a monster that defies description. The form you see him in here, clad in abyssal armor,
for certain reasons, I need to bridge the power gap between me and my master as quickly as possible. To do that, I need to follow in his footsteps, walk the path he once walked, and somewhere along the way,
I'll let you in on a little secret. The real Sertologi is terrifying. The scope of his power is impossible to understand until you experience... We've made it quite a ways already. This is Skirk, when she first began training under Sertologi.
I have set your broken wrist. Tomorrow, you're to train twice as hard. No tears this time. Good. Attempting to garner sympathy through tears is a habit of the weak.
Can I ask a question, Master? Why did you save me? I keep thinking, maybe it would be better if I had died.
I saved you because I have a plan for you. It has been too long since I fought a battle that demanded my full strength, and I hunger for it. Every so-called genius and prodigy I have faced has crumbled like sand underfoot. Before me, even fate bends the knee. So, I will teach you everything I know. Train you by whatever means necessary, in the hope that one day, you might surprise me.
But I don't want to draw my sword against you, Master.
What you want matters little. Among the boundless sea of stars, the cries of the weak are but faint murmurs that disappear into the void. You of all people know that well.
Yes, Master.
From that day forward, all she knew, after some time, her talent bloomed, and she gained control over her. It was not that human emotion disappeared from her heart, but that reason came to dictate all she was allowed to feel. nearly there. I almost don't want to reach the end. These are Skirk's happiest memories. What a simple and carefree time it was. Wisps of clouds dotted the sky. The sun bathed everything in golden light. And when song filled the air, this is Skirk's homeland. She was so curious about everything as a child, always skipping school to go exploring instead. There was so much to discover. The treasures at the bottom of the sea, the secrets beyond the stars, and that merchant ship packed with adults wearing those strange clothes. It was a spaceship. When it arrived, the people that disembarked wore smiles on their faces and spoke of friendship. They claimed to be merchants from a neighboring planet. Skirk's parents, her relatives, her neighbors, everyone welcomed the newcomers with open arms. No one had any idea of what was to come. Skirk had skipped school that day, like so many times before, so she was not caught in the immediate wave of destruction. But when she came home that day, only fire and ruin awaited her. Countless people cried out to her for help. People she knew and loved. Their lives were discarded. If Sertology hadn't been there in that moment, the fire would have claimed her life too. And there she would have remained. Because she and her people were seen as a threat. As the initial merchant ship explored the planet, they discovered that it hadn't always had the condition to support life. Yet there was evidence of human activity. Even further research revealed that, over time, the people of this planet had evolved the ability to adapt. For that reason, the outsiders viewed them as a potential threat. And senseless, isn't it? If those with power get to decide good and evil, then no one wants to relive their... Skirk is waiting over there. For both of us. Let's go to her. It's time to fulfill my purpose.
So all this, just so you could bring her here?
I have things to say to you. Well, to me. I want someone to witness our reconciliation, even if it takes an argument to get there. Her suppressed emotional self. The version of herself she keeps locked in the recesses of her mind, stifled by reason. All those rejected impulses. Those discarded aspects of your past selves. I am who you used to be. Someone you have refused to face.
You're wrong. I've faced you all along. Your existence makes me weak. Don't forget, it was a penchant for goodness, so...
Even so, learning from the mistakes of the past, strip yourself of your so-called weaknesses.
The difference is that I'm doing what is right. I allow you to exist, but with limited freedom. That is the greatest kindness I can offer. I have shouldered everything you couldn't carry. I rose above the numbness and emptiness.
That is the problem. I want to shoulder those things together on the grand scale of the entire universe. Maybe our feelings are vanishingly... Think back to those nights of gazing at the stars. Those afternoons of exploring the unknown. Think back and let them grant you peace.
That isn't what we need.
Exactly what we need. Aren't you curious about why recovering your strength has taken...
Finally, you get to the important part. That is the only...
And look around. Look, you cast aside your dreams and now... The only things driving you...
And do you think that means I should seek help from a weak little thing like you?
Thank you for saying that. To be honest, I'm not here to argue with you. This isn't about who's right, but what is right at one point in time isn't always right forever. I know you will never forget that fire. I know the fact that you... And I know that among the voices that haunt you, mine is there too. Because deep down, all those unfulfilled hopes are like knives to the heart. And I don't want you to hurt any...
I keep thinking, maybe it would be better if I had...
Your dad and I, we're not afraid to stare death in the face, but we need you to survive.
I'm sick of being a kid. There's so many amazing things out there, and I'm ready to see them all.
I remember. There was a song Mom and Dad all dancing water. I am not the dancing water, and you are not the burdensome sand. But if this is your wish, then... I should be thanking you.
Run, Skirk, run! Remember, leave no one alive!
Heed my words, Skirk. Let fear take root in your soul.
Did you survive? Why was it only you?
Skirk, did you become a positive light in this world?
Hey, this doesn't have to be the end. Life is a gift. Don't let darkness claim it.
So, I once asked my master if he said no. But in a world without order, those with no moral boundary. That's why, after hearing his answer, an idea but that means I must defeat him. Because yes. Although his decision to train me was not made out of kindness, I know. He's no longer into that. But he sends me messages through the abyss every now and then. Most of them are every time I hear from him, my heart skips a beat. And I wonder if this is the moment where he'll finally appear before... Maybe that means I do live in eternal fear. I don't know what Master has planned, but I have to be ready. help me?
Oh, you're finally awake! Honestly, Paimon was gone for like 2 seconds and then she comes back and finds you both unconscious? You're both okay, right?
What does it look like? Only water from the source can cleanse the rot and filth. I taught you to incorporate the experiences from your journey into how you fight. I suppose what happened today...
Okay, so, but whatever. Paimon brought back tons...
All right. It's about time we finished what we started.
We're gonna deal with this thief for good, right?
This time, I'm not going to tell you to hold back. But having digested even more power in the meantime, he's going to be tougher than before. The good news is, we have no reason to pull our punches this time. So, let's go. Same place as last time. Take it easy.
Wait, isn't that the form the all-devouring narwhal changed into? Really?
It's a subconscious instinct. Any intelligent being who longs for his... To them, he
Okay. Oh, Nervalette isn't here this time. Wipe out!
Into the void! Haven't forgotten your training, I hope. Mine to wield. of my power. Well then, let's see how much more of this power you can handle. Well, have you come to your senses?
You saw that my body was at its limit. So, such power.
Skirk, Sertologi's disciple.
How long has it been?
Hundreds of years.
Hundreds? Sorry. It's a lot to take in. I should introduce myself. This is the first time I've heard your name, Skirk. But hundreds of years ago.
Hundreds of...
Sounds like you and Master have quite the history. Care to tell us about it?
Of course. Might as well take advantage of a clear head while I can. The story. I was born into a noble family in Conria. As the I trained the sword harder than over time. My heart, we were. Yet, he always wore a smile.
That does sound like something he would say.
He was the first to acknowledge when I was. But after his grand endeavor was successful, he sought me out and said to me,
"This planet no longer holds anything of interest to me, so I'm leaving. But first, I have an offer. I can use a power I have just refined to break the curse of immortality for you. Your death was once what we worked so hard to prevent. But the immortality you now face is a different kind of...
I'll pass. Immortality doesn't sound so bad to me. Since I can't die, it means I have an
Are you sure? I cannot say when I will return. Your body, or rather, your soul.
All I can do is try.
Wise indeed. Nevertheless, if you grow weary of the pain of immortality, and wish to experience good sparring... Nor I. But Vedifenir said I was destined to find a disciple out there in the universe. You know as well as I, Vedifenir's prophecies are never wrong. All Vedifenir said was that one day, the stars shall bow in her honor.
Sounds...
Of course. Only... I'll be leaving then. Oh, and...
Waiting for me in the primordial sea was the all-devouring narwhal, already beaten into submission by Sertologi. And it's weak.
Your heart? That sounds like...
Because, of course,
So, you used the curse to turn yourself into a vessel. Even with that whale's ability, devouring power like that is not something the human body can withstand. With your body and soul constantly at the breaking point. But that is not the path to strength.
You're right. I miss you. Sertol, I know what he's like. He rules with an iron fist, using despair and fear to we're like...
True. But I made up my mind long... Besides...
Oh?
Since you're his friend, you must have some... First time we came here, when you stabbed me through the fog and stole my power, I felt no... But when you had to devote all your strength fighting me just now, I could feel joy and power. It was the joy of a researcher.
Interest, you're right.
Exactly. One where his opponent forces him to use all his... After which, for that very reason...
Perhaps you're right. What a battle.
Are you okay?
Too many different... Certology.
I can, but not through death. It's not a suitable punishment for your crime. As an alternative, I can take your conscious. The impurities will dissipate. And under the curse of immortality, your mind and body will regenerate. When that process is complete, you will be back to who you were before. No longer tortured, but it will be a time-consuming and painful process.
If we are...
I will reach the top of this mountain, and you, Skofnunger, will be my...
That's finally over. Let's get out of here. Huh! At least we don't have to make a mad dash for the exit like last time. We did it! Once again, we've proved there's nothing. Wow, today sure went by fast. It's night already. Oh, wait.
Yes. The power Skofnunger stole has been returned.
Great! Huh,
I suppose it's because the false star... It's not real. And yet, it is for that very reason that I can look upon it. Even the most beautiful of bubbles has to burst. We will return to the real universe one day. Time marches ever. Though we gaze upon a false sky, its vastness and majesty is palpable. One can only wonder.
Ugh. This is all ever since we met. She has filled Paimon's days with happy... If it's too big a job for what we've met...
I suppose when it comes... Well, I should be going. Now that my power is no longer isolated from my emotions. I suppose fate will decide. Maybe we'll bump into each other on the street. Regardless, one without war. For this, we must all work to become stronger. If that's what you want to call me.
Bye! Is it just Paimon? Or is she Hey! What do you think about camping here tonight? There's nothing quite like sleeping under the stars. Come tomorrow?
you